everybody, welcome back to our GAMA Trade Show 2015 coverage. And we are here with Scott from Wizkids, talking about a whole lot of game here. I can barely pick this thing up. So Scott, what are we looking at here?
So this is two of our games that we're coming out with next month, April. Release day will be April 15th.
Okay, great.
For both games. And we're showing them here at GAMA. We had them at the New York Toy Fair, and the information's been out there, but this is the first time we're actually going to sit down and do demos, and people can play through them.
Great.
At the show here. But this is starting off with the Marvel X-Men Mutant Revolution game. This is a game that we are very happy to work with Gale Force 9.
Okay.
For all of you who are familiar with the Spartacus Blood and Sand game, this is the same game engine.
With an X-Men theme on it.
X-Men theme on it. So you take the role of either Wolverine, Magneto, Storm, or Cyclops. They each have a different leadership style, and they are trying to lead the future of mutant kind. And then they're going to be recruiting mutants, and you'll have that same combat system for having different mutants represented by the cards.
Right.
Very similar in Spartacus as you had the gladiators and the
Very
slaves.
cool. Very cool. Now, from what I've heard, and correct me if I'm wrong here, this one will actually introduce some ranged abilities for the characters, since they can shoot lasers and things like that, right?
Yes, there are different effects. And we did have they had that in the original game as well, but it's much more prevalent
Right.
in here, because you're absolutely right. There's a lot more characters that have those sort of abilities.
Very cool. And so pre-painted minis.
There's 4 pre-painted minis, and they're included in the game, and it has a wide selection of characters from the Marvel universe, from the X-Men storylines, various X-Men storylines. And absolute blast to play, and we're so happy to work with Gale Force 9, which is such a great game that they created, and be able to port it over into the Marvel universe.
Very cool, very cool. I mean, it sounds like a great fit, for the X-Men, that system that they put out. So it's very exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So 3 to 4 players, X-Men Mutant Revolution, very cool. And over here, Bricko game here. Tell us a little bit about this.
So this is the D&D, fourth of the D&D Adventure board game series. Again, we're very fortunate to work with Wizards of the Coast, and they had this wonderful board game series that many of your viewers would be familiar with already.
Right. The Wrath of Ashardalon and Drizzt and the other one, which I can't remember.
And we're continuing it along with Temple of Elemental Evil, a very iconic storyline in the Dungeons & Dragons lore, and one that they're focusing on this year with their RPGs. So we're happy to bring it into the board game realm. And this continues. This is a standalone game, but also can act as an expansion with all the other adventure board game series. So very similar in gameplay. New theme with the Temple of Elemental Evil.
Very cool, very cool. So as far as these miniatures go, I'm assuming, can we crack this open and take a look at some of the plastic in here?
It hasn't been punched out or anything, but we can pull out some of the minis. They are not painted. Just as the other games in the series.
Look at this guy here. Well, let's just pop one out and have a look at this.
Absolutely.
This majestic dragon we've got here. Check that out. We'll get some close-ups of this also, but as you can see, there is just plastic and cards and goober galore in here. So very cool, very exciting. So the release date for this one is also the same release date as this one here.
For both games.
Stand up there for me, bud. There you go. Very cool. Anything else you guys can talk about coming up? What are you looking at next?
Well, we're continuing with Dice Masters, of course.
We
have just this past week we released the Dungeons and Dragons Dice Masters, the D&D Dice Masters, which has been great right out of the gate. This is a retailer show here, and we've heard very good response from the retailers in terms of number of copies they've been selling. So we're excited to hear about that. And also we have the DC Dice Masters coming out very soon. So
yeah, what's the release date on that, more or less?
That'll be next month as well, just about the second or third week. So
very cool. So busy next month for you guys.
Oh yes.
Very good, very exciting. Scott, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for tuning in.